Okay, so our learning goal is to be able to expand binomial expressions. We're talking about a pair of brackets. Now, binomial expression has two terms in it. A plus B is a binomial. I'm going to put it in brackets, okay? You'll see why in a minute. Another example is 2x plus 4. It has two terms in it, the 2x and the 4. This one had two terms, A and B. Last example, P minus 7. P and 7 are the two terms. Bi, meaning two, binomial, two terms. Okay, we're dealing with pairs of brackets. Before we get on to that, let's have a look at our drawing there. And we have a rectangle, and remember the area of a rectangle is length by width. Now, for this entire shape here, this whole shape, if we were to calculate the area, there's two ways to do it. The blue way, method 1, and the total area for that is to go the sum of all the smaller areas. And there's 4 of those. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. So the total area, I'll just call that A for area and little t meaning total. Now, luckily, this diagram's already worked out the smaller areas for us. The first one, in this sort of violet blue color, is A times C, or AC. So AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. And there's our result. And A, B, C, and D are pronumerals, so they could have any value. Okay. By the way, where do these C's and D's and stuff come from? Well, the C's that length there, D's that length there. You can see B's that vertical length there, and A's that vertical length there. Okay. So there's one result. So there's method 1. Let's look at method 2. The other method of getting the big area of the total shape there is to go the total length times the total width. So the total length, you can see there's from there to there. And if it's C that far and D that far, the total length of that big shape right along there is the C and the D together. So that's called C plus D. So total length is C plus D. Now, because that's a binomial, I'm going to use brackets to keep it together so there's no confusion. We now need to, we've done the total length, now we need to do the total width. Width is like that. And because we have an A there and a B there, the total width is A plus B. You can see it there. So times by the total width. So we've got a times by, making my times very little on purpose because it's going to go away soon. With algebra, we don't put multiplications in. So AB. Well, I could write that as, because the order of multiplication doesn't matter, AB, CD without the times sign in the other order. A plus B times C plus D. So we have two ways of finding the same thing. Hopefully you agree that both of those ways find the total area, and they both give us capital A. All right. So if the green method equals A and the orange method equals A, these two things, the one in the green and the one in orange, are equal to each other. So that means this gives us our pattern for expanding a polynomial, expanding a binomial. Polynomials are something else. So expanding a binomial uses this pattern here. So I'm going to start with the orange. So we had, if you look over at the orange, we had A plus B times C plus D. And when you expand that, you get AC plus AD plus BC plus BD. So it's a bit more complicated than some of the expansions you've seen recently, which were like that sort of form. Okay, so there's only 2 terms in the expansion of one of those. There's actually, when you first expand it, there's 4 terms. Okay, so that's important. Make sure you get a note of that there. All right, AC plus AD plus BC plus BD, and that'll make sure it's fully expanded. There's 2 handy ways of helping you remember that. There's one called FOIL, which is an acronym meaning first, outer, inner, last. So it means one way of saying it is you go first times first. Can you see the diagram there? And the FOIL. Pause the video if you need to have a closer look. Basically, you go first by first. And you can see that there. A times C is AC. Outer. So that's A times D. D2 outer pair. See the O? Inner. The 2 inner ones, BC. And the 2 last ones. And because they're all plus together, it doesn't matter. Some people go first by first, first by second, second by first, and second by second, and you get the same pattern. The other way is pretty much, it does the same thing. The eyebrow, nose, and mouth. All right, so eyebrow, eyebrow. All right, 2 eyebrows, and they it's like someone from monobrow. They've got an overlapping eyebrow in the middle. You know what I mean? Eyebrow, eyebrow, nose, and mouth. Have a look, and you get, when you multiply those through, you can pause the video and you can see the colors. It gives you the same pattern. Look, some of the orders are different, but that doesn't matter because they're all plus, and the order doesn't matter. It's commutative. Okay, so there's 2 ways. You can choose either of those, or first by first, first by second, second by first, second by second. All right, first by first, first by second, second by first, second by second. Okay, any of those methods. All right, as long as you get the pattern right. Let's practice 3, and then we're finished. Okay, so in the 3 examples here, expand and simplify. Now we do need to simplify these sometimes. So we've got, I'm going to go first by first. So x times x plus first by second, 3 times x, and then second by first. Now remember, that's plus -5. So we've got -5 times x, and then second by second, -5 times 3. Remember from my previous videos, it's handy to change all minuses to plus negatives. So we got x times x is x squared, 3 times x is 3x, 5 times x is 5x, plus -5x is, that's a plus -5x, plus -15, and lastly, that's x squared plus 3x minus 5x minus 15, or is it? Is there one more thing we can do there? Look at the like terms. Yes, there is. The 2 middle terms are like, so you've got plus 3x take 5x. If you've added 3 then take 5 or something, you've lost 2 overall, so it's minus 2x minus 15, and that's as far as you can go because none of those are like terms. The middle one now, okay, so we've got first by first is x by x. I'm going to drop the time signs now. First by second is 3 times x. I'm putting the number first. Second by first is 2x. Second by second is 2 by 3. Oh, I cheated. I put a times in there. Okay, equals x squared plus 3x plus 2x is 5x. See, I'm going quicker this time. And 6. Ta-da! Last one. Be careful of this one. First one, 2x times 2x is 2x times 2 times x times x. We'll come back to that in the next line. Okay. First by second is 2x times 3, which is 2 by 3 by x. Put the coefficients first. And then second by first plus 2 by 2 by x. And lastly, second by second is 2 times 3. And we have, all right, 4x squared plus 6x, 4x plus 6, last line, 4x squared plus 10x plus 6, and that's expanded and simplified.